We got more Marvel's Avengers info that shows us that the game is going to be huge, how you unlock new characters, the fact that we might see original heroes in this game, and when we will finally learn more about it and hopefully see the gameplay that was shown at E3. So let's get into it. Would be awesome if you could leave a like on the video as it shows your support. And let's go. I'm still running the giveaway for an E3 2019 game of your choice. You still got some time left to enter via the link in the pinned comment. And be sure you are a subscriber of the channel before you enter. If you win, I will reach out and share a pre-order code for a special edition of the game that you want for the platform you want, including Marvel's Avengers. And did you know that there are 5 studios working on this game? We got the main one from Crystal Dynamics, a new one they recently opened called Crystal Northwest, Nixus in the Netherlands, who are likely working on the PC version of the game, as they have worked on the PC versions for the Tomb Raider games in the past. Eidos Montreal is helping them. They worked on games like Deus Ex Mankind Divided and recently on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and also people at Square Enix Japan are lending a hand. So it's a pretty big undertaking, this game, that, as I noted in my previous video, will basically be 2 games in one. They have a big single player only campaign where you bounce between characters if it makes sense for the story, and sometimes you only play one character in a certain mission. This campaign can also be played offline, as was already confirmed, so you don't have to go online to play this game at all. And then there are a ton of other missions that can be played with other players online. So after the big A-Day event, you have to reassemble the Avengers, so you have to find them again, and you do that by playing through this single player only campaign. And when you find an Avenger, you unlock them, and then you unlock also different branches in the world. So for example, you unlock the Hulk and can then choose to continue with the single player campaign, but also do other levels and areas as the Hulk and level him up. In this article from gamesindustry.biz, they also mentioned that there will be story arcs just for the Hulk, because they also want people that are not familiar with these characters to have an introduction to them. So I totally expect these hero story arcs, as they like to call them, for every character, and those will also be playable in co-op. On the Nerdist, we can read an interview with the lead producer Rose Hunt, who notes that you can also replay older missions with the characters that you just unlocked. And I'm sure that most of these co-op missions will have a lot of replayability to give you reasons to keep grinding for the best loot and to level up your character. Crystal Dynamics notes that everything has a story though, so a reason to be in the world. So even the less cinematic and narrative heavy missions, compared to the single player campaign, will still have a story that you follow. It was by the way teased that we might see some specific stealth missions with Black Widow, and I would bet that that is part of the single player only campaign. After finishing the single player campaign, so then you unlocked all the base heroes, did all the missions and hero arcs that set up the world, then after that there will still be a ton to do according to the developers. Global threats that are ever escalating, so then the game will likely be about leveling up your hero, unlocking new skills and finding the best loot for your character, with then new villains, levels, stories and heroes coming for free after launch. For years to come, they say. And by the way, speaking of heroes, Electric Playground Network, and I will put a link to their channel in the description of this video, had an interview with Scott Amos, the boss of Crystal Dynamics, where they talked about the relationship with Marvel and that they give them a lot of room to come up with their own things. And we obviously see that in the designs for the heroes and the story that is completely original. It's Crystal Dynamics' take on the Avengers. But in the interview, Scott notes that Marvel also asked if they wanted to come up with a new hero.
These guys have been the best partners you could have imagined. Yeah. They show up and they don't say, here, we want you to do this. They show up and say, what do you want to do? How could you not love that? Yeah. Like, you look around this booth, you see these crazy characters. It's 80 years of Marvel history that they've shown up and said, we've got all of this. Right. There's amazing history to dig into. What do you want to add? Do you guys want to come up with a new hero? We're like, oh my god, can we come up with a new hero? What the hell would that even look like?
So this totally implies that it might be something we see in the future, like during the post-launch of this game. It makes sense that they first want to launch with the most familiar characters, and then likely add missing ones like Hawkeye. I can see Black Panther being introduced, and then maybe after that they introduce their own hero. And I would totally be down for that, because that means that they might be able to look at some gameplay mechanics that they want to introduce and then link that to the new hero they come up with. While right now it's of course the opposite. They look at the hero, what would that character do, and then they make it into the game. So yes, we might see some surprises post-launch, and to support that ongoing free content, we of course know that there will be microtransactions, so you can buy new looks for your character with real world money, and those looks will not impact the gameplay. But they now also confirmed that you can earn a lot of the customizations, so new outfits for your character by playing the game. So sounds like that at least a big part of how you change the look of your character can be earned through playing and not only behind the microtransactions. So that is a good thing to know for sure. We will likely hear more about Marvel's Avengers soon at San Diego Comic-Con, starting on July 18th till July 21st. As Square Enix will have a booth, as TomDeck1 on Reddit noted, and in the Playground interview, the Crystal Dynamics CEO hints that as well.
We've got some Comic-Cons along the way that you're going to give us some more info at.
I'm sure we would be somewhere around there. We like Comic-Con, so why wouldn't we show up and see what's going on? Awesome.
So maybe that was the plan all along, to reveal the game at E3, show this trailer that I looped multiple times here, and then at Comic-Con they would reveal the gameplay that they showed to the people behind closed doors at E3. I really hope so you can see it as well and finally know why I'm super excited here, and I cannot wait for the May 15th release date. I will keep you up to date here, so totally subscribe for everything on Marvel's Avengers. A like on this video would be super appreciated, and totally check out my previous Marvel's Avengers video on a full breakdown of what we saw behind closed doors at E3. Don't forget the giveaway in the pinned comments, and for now I will speak to you next time. Goodbye!